Young black woman named Lena Harper was out for her morning jog in the neighborhood when a police car suddenly pulled up. Two white officers jumped out and, without any reason, ordered her to stop. They roughly slammed her against a fence and demanded she spread her legs for a search. To their surprise, they found a police badge on her. Lena was furious and glared at them, but the officers acted as if nothing had happened. After a few mocking words, they got back in their car and drove off. Lena stood there stunned and helpless. Later, she arrived at the station, changed into her bulletproof vest, and headed out on patrol with her partner, Officer Ryan White. They drove to the rough Kingston district, where many black residents lived. Even passers-by looked at the police with open hostility. Ryan warned Lena that things were especially tense in this area. While they were driving, they stopped at a small supermarket. A black boy had just said something to Lena, and his angry mother stormed over, scolding her son and pulling him away. The boy's father even started cursing at the officers. When he saw Ryan reach for his gun, the man reluctantly backed down. Lena was so upset she couldn't speak. Inside the store, Ryan grabbed items and walked out without paying, as if it were normal. Lena felt embarrassed and tried to pay, but the owner said police didn't have to pay. Understanding that her colleagues regularly took advantage like this, Lena quietly slipped money into the cash register. This small, honest act instantly earned her the respect of the shopkeeper, Morris Kane. The next day, Lena went with veteran officer Marcus Black to meet an informant at an old factory. Marcus insisted she stay in the car. Though suspicious, Lena obeyed. A few minutes later, a suspicious figure in a hoodie appeared and tried to steal a car. Lena shouted at him, scaring him off. She checked the body camera recording and followed, but then heard a gunshot from inside the factory where Marcus was. Worried for her partner's safety, Lena rushed into the factory. She carefully searched the building and reached the third floor, where she found two bodies on the ground. Then she witnessed a horrifying scene. Marcus spotted her and scolded her for leaving the car. Captain Marlin tried to explain, but another man suddenly opened fire. Lena fled downstairs to retrieve her body camera, but it was gone. As she ran out of the factory, corrupt officers spotted her. They fired several shots but missed. Lena sprinted into an alley, enduring the pain as she dashed across the street. The corrupt officers chased her but lost her in the black neighborhood. She desperately knocked on doors hoping to borrow a phone to call for help, but no one answered. Even though she was black herself, the residents hated the police too much to help. As the corrupt officers closed in, Lena kept running. Marcus arrived in his patrol car to cut them off. She ducked into another alley and continued her desperate escape. During the chase, she realized the people in one car were not the corrupt officers and ran out shouting for help. The officers saw she was injured and offered to take her to the hospital, but their radio suddenly crackled with a tip-off from the corrupt cops. Lena realized they were in on it and ran again. After another intense chase, the corrupt officers lost her. Meanwhile, Morris heard noise in his warehouse and thought it was a thief. He triggered the alarm, only to find the wounded Lena stumbling in. At first, Morris didn't want to get involved, but when the corrupt officers burst in and saw a black person had called them, they immediately handcuffed Morris and threatened him with a gun. Deeply humiliated, Morris lied to protect Lena after the officers left. Lena used super glue to treat her wound, then borrowed Morris's phone to contact Ryan. Ryan arrived quickly to pick her up, but Lena soon realized Ryan was one of the corrupt officers. She snatched his gun and forced the truth out of him. The corrupt cops had been taking payoffs from drug dealers for years. Now that Internal Affairs was investigating, Captain Marlin was desperate to silence witnesses. While they were talking, the corrupt officers drove up behind them. Ryan tried to crash into Lena's car, but she shot him and took control. She floored the accelerator in reverse, slamming into the pursuing police car and sending it flying. She then rammed the wrecked patrol car into a junkyard, handcuffed the wounded Ryan to the steering wheel, and fled on foot back to Morris for help. Morris, moved by her situation, agreed to hide her. Captain Marlin framed Lena for the murders, and the police chief approved a citywide manhunt. At the same time, the drug gang had put a hit on her because the people killed were the gang leader Darius King's godson. While Lena was hiding at Morris's house, a young gang member sneaked in from next door and pulled a gun on her. She drew her own weapon. Morris heard the commotion, rushed in, and disarmed the boy. It turned out Darius King had ordered the entire neighborhood to kill Lena, and the boy had already sent out her location. Both corrupt police and gang members were now converging on them. Lena urged Morris to flee with her. As they slipped out the back door, gang members burst in. Lena quickly took down two of them. She told Morris to hide in the nearby church, where he had friends who could drive them to safety. They agreed to meet there. But as Morris stepped out of the alley, a car suddenly stopped and kidnapped him. Lena was devastated. Morris had risked everything to help her multiple times. She could not abandon him. Determined to rescue him, she stormed the gang's hideout alone. Darius King grabbed Lena, beat her, and prepared to execute her for his godson's death. Lena desperately explained the truth and told him to check the body camera recording. When Darius watched the footage and saw that Captain Marlin's crew had killed his godson, he was filled with grief and rage. He ordered his men to release Lena and Morris. However, the corrupt police had already surrounded the building. Captain Marlin ordered his men to breach the door and throw in flashbangs. A fierce shootout erupted. During the chaos, Captain Marlin charged forward with a ballistic shield, pinned Darius against the wall, and shot him dead. Meanwhile, Lena saw officers downstairs identifying her. She handed the body camera to Morris and told him to escape and expose the truth. Morris slipped away in the confusion, stole a police uniform, put it on, and blended out. He reached a nearby station and uploaded the video to the police internal system. Captain Marlin captured Lena, but she bit him hard. In pain, he threw her to the ground and picked up his gun. As he searched for her, Lena grabbed a metal pipe and struck him repeatedly over the head. The captain collapsed and could not get up. Lena had him completely under control. By then, Morris had successfully uploaded the video. When the chief saw the evidence, he immediately ordered the arrest of Captain Marlin and all the corrupt officers. Lena's courage and commitment to justice earned her the respect of the entire black community. In her heart, she believed that one day, the racial tensions between black and white would finally melt away.